Yo, yo, yo. Shout out to the chat. We in here, man. You already know what time it is. Tonight, we're diving deep, man. It's the Master Key program, chat. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up on me. Let's see who comes first. Let me see. Brittany, what's up? You up here, Britt?
This is the Master Key program, bitch. Keep your hose close. Hose, look at the flow. Pay attention, not dimension. We're getting to this cash. Amen. If you fuck with a bitch, drop a super chat on a pretty hoe, and please respect my hoeing at all times.
Whoa, Brittany. Chat was good, man. This is the Master Key program. You already know what time it is, man. I'm Jay Originator, and tonight we are breaking down quantum jumping and vampires in the Matrix. I think it was 2 nights ago. And chat, we back jumping on YouTube, so we back with the lives every night again. You know, I'm about that cash. YouTube fixed my they fixed my little payment issues I was having with AdSense. So we back. Hey, shout out to YouTube. Y'all got that shit done quick. Now, we back, chat, and we back with the new episodes every day. So shout out to everybody that's in here. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all check out the artwork. Tonight, we're diving in on how to know when you're coming up against vampires in the Matrix. Also, we're gonna look at quantum jumping, when reality jumps on you, chat. Now, a lot of you have went through situations that were so traumatic, you literally upgraded into a whole new version of yourself. What's good? How many of you have went through that, chat, where you have went through situations that were so hectic that you literally upgraded to a whole new version of yourself? Chat, a lot of y'all are operating in 5D consciousness, and life is just not hitting the same for you no more. All right? People that you used to love to be around, you don't want to be around them no more because you're seeing that they're NPCs. Relationships not hitting the same. Goals that you had are starting to switch up. That's perfectly normal, chat. All right? What you have to understand and understand about this reality that we live in, chat, is that just like you, right? Just like you are the soul inhabiting the avatar, there are other individuals who are playing this game as well. All right? There are other people who are playing this game. There are other things. Now, we're going to break down the real sauce on the vampires. What are real vampires in the Matrix? They are not what you think. And some of you are vampiric beings yourself. All right? Just because of you're a vampire don't mean you're evil. But you do come up against these evil energy draining vampires, and we're gonna break it down what vampires look like in this reality. Also, how to know if you quantum jumped into a new version of yourself, and if you're finding yourself in this situation, what to do about it. All right. Shout out to my OGs in the chat, 111s in the chat. Yeah, man. Brittany, what you want to tell the chat real fast?
Please pay attention when the baby man speaks. There's nobody more marvelous than the baby man. Please pay attention.
Oh. All right, chat. So let's jump into this. All right, let's jump into this, man, because this is gonna be a real good live chat, and we got a lot of answers to get into. All right, we'll get it. We'll get it right. All right, so chat, what's going on, man? Let's get into this situation now. Brittany, I want to start by asking you, is there anything that you want to drop on our YouTube chat? We are on YouTube live right now, so you don't have to be in prep mode. It's full ready to go time. The chat is listening. Obviously, we're talking about vampires and quantum jumping into reality. So is there anything that you want to say to the chat right now before we start, especially about these vampires and quantum jumping. Before we get into this actual lesson that we have for the chat tonight, what's good, y'all? And guys, listen, this is our lives, bro. Leave that matrix shit at the door, right? Leave race. We're not operating in race. Leave that shit outside. Leave your religions at the door. We ain't talking about religion and all that shit. All of that is programming. We are talking about real things that are going on in the matrix. What you don't realize is your religion is not real. It's just a part of the matrix. We're talking about the actual real shit that's going on when you get outside the matrix. Now, a lot of y'all bots ain't gonna be able to comprehend this. And chat, I must warn you, when you come in here, we do give you another view of the side of the matrix. All right. A lot of you have stepped into 5D consciousness and life is operating differently for you. All right. You're going through a lot of challenges and you're coming up against a lot of stuff. 2 nights ago, we broke down witches and warlocks in the matrix and how to know when you are being attacked or around these witches and warlocks. Now we're talking about the vampires because the vampires are out here. Like I said, some of you are vampiric beings and you need to understand how you can use your power to actually upgrade, right? A lot of you think that you're just empaths, but a lot of times empaths have the ability to take energy. And some of you have been taking so much energy from people unknowingly, unknowingly knowing how your ability is, that sometimes you get so much energy that you start to feel like other people and you crash out. All right. So if you are someone who normally walks into a room and you feel the energy, you might want to tune into this. This might be for you. All right. So let's jump into this, man, real quick. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to all the OGs in the chat. And you already know what time it is. Thank you so much for showing up for me and Brittany. And let's see what Brittany says.
Absolutely. Let me lock in.
What'd you say, Britt? My bad.
Absolutely. Let me lock in with them real quick. Brittany to the chat. Peace and power to everybody tuned in right now. Before we even get into tonight's breakdown, I want you to understand something about what Jay is talking about tonight. Vampires in the Matrix and quantum jumping. Vampires in this reality aren't always movie monsters with fangs. They're anything. People, places, systems, even thought patterns designed to drain your life force, your attention, your frequency. When you feel that constant exhaustion, that heaviness, or that pull back into chaos after you've been leveling up, that's usually a sign you're in vampire territory. On the flip side, quantum jumping is the opposite of that draining energy. It's the ability to shift timelines, to step into a higher version of yourself instantly. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's triggered by big life events, but it's always an opportunity to break free of old loops. So as you're listening tonight, I want you to start asking yourself, who or what in my life feeds me energy and who or what drains it? Can I feel the moments when my reality shifts, even in small ways? Am I ready to step into the version of me that no vampire can siphon? Keep that in your mind as Jay starts breaking this down, because tonight isn't just about information. It's about activation.
All right, chat. So obviously this is a very important thing, man. There are a lot of energy draining going on. Also, like I said, some of you are literal energy. Guys, what you got to know about this matrix is, all right, first off, delete all the programming that you ever had in your mind. All right. Delete all of the programming. What you think you know, delete it. It's all a lie. It's all bullshit. Some of you are literally vampiric beings, meaning you walk into the room and you instantly start to take on others' energy. You don't know how to control it. And this is why a lot of times you start to get anxiety. A lot of times you start feeling like people are being drawn near to you. It's because you're literally taking a lot of energy from people unknowingly how to control your powers. All right. So we're going to look at this from both angles. All right. We're going to look at this from both angles, chat. And we're going to get into this thing, man. So shout out to everybody in here. We appreciate you for being a part. And I hope this helps somebody on their journey. All right. So, Brittany, the first thing that I wanted to break into in this live, right? Um, Obviously, right? Vampires aren't just blood drinkers and everything in the Matrix. It's literally about energy, and a lot of us are vampiric beings, meaning we automatically walk into the room and we take on energy. We drain energy and we don't even understand that we're taking on other people's energy, right? So let's get into that. Let's look at both sides of the spectrum. What our vampires really are on both sides. Even us that are unknowingly vampiric beings that unknowingly take on energy, what we may call empaths and things like that, and the ones that are trying to purposely drain you, the parasites. All right, let's get into all of these forms and let's see what's going on, and let's talk about it. Chat, why does every live that I do from here to fucking TikTok do these motherfucking uh Bible thumpers keep coming in pushing that religion? Y'all are starting to look like, bro, what the fuck time? It's the 30th. It's about to be the first. Why the fuck these niggas ain't caught up in the rapture yet? I thought the rapture was like 2 weeks ago or some shit. Why the fuck is you still in my chat? Ain't you supposed to be in the cloud somewhere, nigga? The fuck? Come on, chat.
Perfect. Let's break that wide open for the chat right now. Brittany to the chat. All right, family, let's get deep. What Jay just said is the key. In the Matrix, vampires aren't just monsters with fangs. This whole thing runs on energy. Think of it like this. Every interaction is an exchange of frequency. Every thought, every word, every environment carries a vibration. Some of us are radiators. We emit light, warmth, life force. Some of us are vacuums, consciously or unconsciously pulling that energy from others.
All right, chat. What you gotta understand is, all right, I need you to hear me out, and I need you to vibe with me. All right. Now, a lot of you have been hunted by witches, warlocks, and all types of shit, right? You gotta understand, a lot of you are what they call energy vampires, but not in a bad way. All right. A lot of you have the ability to take other people's energy and use it for your own. A lot of you have the ability to take energy and use it to manifest. Guys, what do we you got to realize the name of the game is to harvest energy. The name of the game is energy. All right? Energy is everything. Everything is always trying to harvest your energy. Everything is always trying to take energy from you. So if you are an empath or a person who can take on others' energy, you have to know this is going to make you a target because the name of the game is energy. Everybody cannot do this, right? Everybody cannot do this, chat. So if you are able to walk in the room and automatically start feeling the energy of everybody, you need to learn how to control this power. This is a power in the matrix that if you know what you're doing, you can take energy and turn it into gold. All right. I take a lot of energy from a lot of motherfuckers a lot of time. All that hating ass shit they be doing in the comments, I take that energy. I love it. You see what I'm saying? I love when they come in with the hating comments and all the hate because I'm taking it as my own and I'm turning that into something. All right. So you got to understand, chat. A lot of you are vampiric beings, meaning you are literally constantly taking in energy. Now, there are a few types of vampiric beings. There are the absorbers, excuse me, unconscious, right? These are the ones that take on energy and don't know that they're doing it, right? You go around people and you can immediately feel what's going on. They call it the empath. All right. Very powerful being. You need to learn exactly how to do this. All right. You need to learn exactly how to manage yourself and how to start using your energy in a form to win. All right. Then you have the actual vampires who look to purposely take others' energy. All right. There are people out here who are looking to take your energy. You got a difference. You got the vampires who ask for permission to deal with people's energy or only take energy that is sent to them in that's meant to hurt or destroy them. And then you have the actual vampire, the darkness, the one who wants to come to take your energy to drain you. All right. Now, there is a reason why when people come around to try to take your energy, it does not always work on you. And a lot of time these people can't withstand the energy that you carry because you are of that type, right? And this is when the warlocks and witches and shit always try to get on you to try to hunt you and try to kill you. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see. Brittany, break it down.
Perfect. Let's break that wide open for the chat right now. Brittany to the chat. All right, family, let's get deep. What Jay just said is the key. In the Matrix, vampires aren't just monsters with fangs. This whole thing runs on energy. Think of it like this. Every interaction is an exchange of frequency. Every thought, every word, every environment carries a vibration. Some of us are radiators. We emit light, warmth, life force. Some of us are vacuums, consciously or unconsciously pulling that energy from others. There are two big categories we need to understand. One, unconscious vampiric beings, empaths, absorbers. These are the people who walk into a room and instantly feel everyone's mood. They may not be malicious. They're like sponges, absorbing everyone's stress, sadness, or excitement without realizing it. Over time, this can make them tired, heavy, sick, or confused about what feelings are actually theirs. In the Matrix, these people are often called empaths, but the truth is, without training, they can behave vampirically, draining others unintentionally because they don't know how to process or transmute what they pick up. Key for them, learn energetic hygiene. Shield yourself, ground yourself, and transmute the energy instead of holding it.
All right. The unconscious vampire being, aka the empath. All right. Now, it is hard being an empath because sometimes you don't understand why you start feeling the ways that you feel when you're around people. A lot of times you start feeling weird, shit get overwhelming, your heart starts to beat, and you start to go through a lot. I used to go through it, right? Not knowing like, damn, I can feel every energy in this fucking place that I'm in right now. I know how everybody's feeling. Why am I feeling this energy? I walk past somebody, I'm feeling their energy, right? You are picking up, you don't know how to control your power. Now, obviously, when you are operating in empath mode, you don't want to take on everybody's energy because some energy is very low vibrational and it's going to drop your frequency. You don't want to take on that, right? And a lot of times you don't want to take on energy from anybody unwillingly, right? Right? And so over time, this can make you feel tired, right? Heavy, sick, or confused about feelings that are actually theirs, right? I even cried and didn't understand why I was crying. Right, right. And so this is why you got to learn how to really, protect yourself, right? Learn energetic hygiene, shielding yourself, grounding yourself, transmuting the energy instead of holding it, right? When you start to feel that feeling of your face tingling or your body tingling, your hands tingling, oh shit, it's some energy that I'm draining. Move around. Go ground yourself, release that. A lot of times you get anxiety and stuff because you have sat beside somebody or you've sat beside so many people and you have pulled that energy in so much that you are not even realizing that you are draining energy, right? And all of a sudden anxiety hits because you have over energized yourself. Your energy plus that energy plus that energy. Now your heart like this. You feel me? You like, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I feeling this way? And you just gotta exit. You just gotta find a way out. You gotta get the fuck. You gotta move around because you don't realize that you are literally draining energy. Now can make you a very powerful being if you understand, right? Right. I know that happens. This can make you a very powerful being if you understand how to use this energy. If you understand how and when it's time for you to harvest energy. Because the name of the game is energy harvest. But this can become a very addictive thing. You have to realize, chat.
When you take on someone else's stuff, clear it instead of passing it back. Adam 2. Conscious vampires, parasites. These are the ones who know exactly what they're doing. They create drama, chaos, guilt, fear, or seduction just to feed on the energy it generates. Think of people who always want to argue, always have a crisis, always want you to fix them, but never grow. Some systems, workplaces, or social spaces are built around this energy harvesting too. It's not always just individuals.
All right, now, these are the conscious vampires. These are the ones who pop up in your life specifically to drain you. Now, how do you know that you are around or have been in? Have you been in the presence of a vampire or under vampiric attack? These people can often you can find these people in your dreams, right? These people make you look old. You be around a motherfucker for a year, you go from looking 30 to 60. Face all pushed in, motherfucker been draining the life out of you. Money. Because what do we know about this reality, chat? This is why vampires become rich a lot. Because energy is the currency in this reality. When you know how to harvest, drain energy, siphon energy, you can turn that shit into material. Because everything in this reality is energy. And so this is why so many vampires are, they become up. Right? Let's keep going, chat. Let's see.
Brittany to the chat. Exactly. Family. Listen to what Jay just said. He's giving you the real code right now. In the Matrix, the currency isn't money first, it's energy. Money, attention, time, emotions, all of those are just forms of energy. The name of the game is harvesting. Everything from social media algorithms to toxic relationships to certain environments to actual people, they're all coded to pull your energy. Some do it with a smile, some do it with drama, some do it with fear. And here's the kicker. If you're an empath, if you can feel the room the second you walk in, you're a walking power plant. You're carrying a high capacity battery. That makes you a target in this system because not everybody has that ability. Some are built only to emit, some only to absorb. You've got both. That's why you have to train it, because this isn't a curse, it's a gift. When you know how to use it, you can do exactly what Jay just described. Open quote, take the hate, take the shade, take the low vibrational darts being thrown at you and transmute it into fuel for your mission, like spiritual alchemy, turning lead into gold. Close quote. Yeah.
And listen, this is why a lot of y'all empathic beings, y'all don't never really fucking sleep. Y'all don't need a lot of sleep. Because you are, listen, and you are draining so much fucking energy on a daily basis. You are taking on so many people's energy, especially if you're unaware of this. Every time you're coming in because, I had to learn I was a fucking vampire, bro, because I used to wonder, like, why do I always feel so fucking high or like buzzy when I'm around crowds? I'm literally taking on everybody's energy. Why do I know how this person feel? Why? And I had to realize, bro, I got to doing research and I was like, I've been draining motherfuckers' energy unconsciously the whole time. I've been in relationships with people where they was like, bro, I don't know what you be doing, but you be taking my energy, yo. And I didn't know I was doing that shit because I wasn't doing it on purpose, right? But what you got to realize as an empath, if you can take on other people's energy, that is literally a vampire. That is why empaths are always targeted. Because not only do you absorb, but you can also send energy as well, right? I could send a motherfucker my energy, right? I could send a motherfucker my energy and make them just fall off what they're doing. I could, you know what I'm saying? So you got other people that just absorb, And then you got people that are meant to be fed on. You do both, chat. Right? You can do both. This is why a lot of times these people are targeted. The empath.
Types of vampiric beings, the full spectrum. Absorbers, unconscious empaths. Take on energy without realizing it. Walk out of a room tired, heavy, or sad, but don't know why. Need to learn grounding, cleansing, and transmutation. Conscious transmuters, the higher level, know how to take incoming energy, even the negative, and flip it. Feed on the hate or chaos, but transform it into creation, clarity, or momentum. Do not drain innocent people. They only use what's thrown at them.
All right.
Predatory vampires, dark parasites.
So there's a difference, chat. You got absorbers, right? Observers, right? Observers. That word, speech impediment. Unconscious empaths, right? Take on energy without realizing it. Walk out the room tired, heavy, sad, but don't know why. Need to learn how to ground, cleanse, and transmutation. When you come around, you take so much energy from other people, not purposely though, right? You gotta turn into a conscious transmuter, right? You gotta know how to take incoming energy, even negative, and flip it. You got to understand when you are taking too much energy and close it off, right? We do not drain innocent people, only what's thrown at us, right? So you notice, chat, when I said, yo, all the haters in the chat, I'm taking y'all energy, they stopped because that's the matrix. That's the matrix. So when they come in with these dumbass, what they're starting to realize is when they come in with them dumbass comments, I'm taking that energy. I'm feeding on that. And that's making me get better, making me get greater. It's so hard to defeat vampires, right? It's so hard to defeat empaths in this world that know how to transmute the energy. All right. Predatory vampires, dark parasites, right? They seek to drain without permission. They create chaos, fear, get emotional reactions, feed on your attention, time, and life force. Let's talk about them.
Seek to drain without permission. Create chaos or fear to get an emotional reaction. Feed on your attention, time, and life force. And like Jay said, when those true predators come for you and you're trained, often they can't even handle your field. Your energy fries their circuits. That's why the warlocks, witches, or low-frequency people start glitching, getting angry, or falling apart when you don't give them what they want. That's the hidden war going on. Not swords, not bullets. Frequency. So tonight, family, as we go deeper, I want you to keep asking yourself, am I just absorbing or am I transmuting? Who's feeding me and who am I feeding? Am I giving permission for my energy to be used or is it being siphoned? Because once you get clear on that, you stop being food and you start being power.
Chat, a lot of the reasons why a lot of people are being drained, because when you enter places, you have to set the intention. You have to set a shield around yourself. A lot of times when you enter a lot of these places unknowingly and you're not saying, yo, you're not closing your eyes. Because listen, chat, you can close your eyes and literally visualize a force field coming all over your body and say, I am setting a spiritual shield. My energy will not be drained and nobody else's energy will be picked up from me, right? You are stopping yourself from taking on other people's energy when you want to do that shit, right? When you don't want to take nobody energy, you like, let's say you at work, or let's say you in college, or let's say you in some type of trade program where you're constantly going around people, right? When you walk in the building, before you go in there as an empath, you need to say, yo, you need to sit back, meditate, close your eyes, visualize that force field coming, say, yo, I do not give anybody access to my energy, and I do not want to drain or take on anybody else's energy. Turn that shit off before you walk in. What's good, love? Appreciate it. Right? Turn that shit off before you. I'm everywhere, love. Turn that shit off before you walk in. Because when you walk in, right? When you walk in, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? If you done set the intention, now, boom, you're not even picking up that energy. Whole time you was picking up the energy before you knew you was picking up that energy. All right? You gotta be aware of why you always feeling the ways that you feel. You gotta be aware of what's going on. Right? Right? Now listen, I just told y'all, and to all the stupid niggas that's just coming in the chat, we're not talking about blood drinking vampires, dummy. We're talking about real life in the matrix energy. That's what make you a vampire. When you take people energy or when people take your energy. All right? And we're not talking about blood drinkers, dumb fucks. Okay? So understand, we are talking about some real life shit. A lot of y'all don't even have the capacity to even be in this conversation because you don't know nothing outside of changing fucking tires at Jiffy Lube or flipping fucking burgers or some shit. Or bagging up nicks. Nigga, get the fuck out the chat. This ain't for your stupid ass. We in 5D over here. All right? You niggas don't even realize the real fucking world. Stupid ass niggas. Now, chat, what you gotta understand is a lot of this shit is really going on. Right? A lot of this shit is really going on. You feel what I'm saying? When you walk into a certain place or a certain area, you know what I'm saying? If you're an empath, you are literally, if you don't set the intention to close off your energy is going to be harvested. Right? 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 If you don't set the intention purposely to close off your energy, it's gonna get harvested. Like right now, I'm setting the intention. Every nigga that write a dumbass comment, I'm taking that energy. See, I'm not just sitting here seeing comments, I'm seeing energy. Because I understand in this reality, when these niggas be typing, that's them using their energy, right? So I'm already setting the attention because I understand that I'm a vampire. I understand I take on energy. This is why I can get rich, because I know how to take dumb energy and turn it into gold, right? So every time a dummy write a stupid comment, you are boosting my energy. And it gets to the point, sometimes, chat, you gotta realize, they be saying so much dumb shit that I gotta get these niggas up out of here, or I gotta turn it off because I start feeling the energy. I start feeling the tingling. And then when I close my eyes, right, at the end of the live, now all I gotta do is focus my mind, right? All I gotta do is focus my mind and turn that energy because I have made it mine. See, as an empath, you do that. You walk into and unconsciously you are taking people's energy, but you don't know when to stop until it gets too late, until you feeling the anxiety, until your heart is like this, and now you got to get the fuck out the room because you done took on so much energy, you're not realizing you did. You feel me? So yo, how many people just understood how I broke it down, right? Everything is energy. Something like a person in the comments, that is energy. I'm literally taking that. Go ahead. You're going like you're thinking. See, this is how energy works, right? You're thinking, and then you're typing it, and you're sending it. So that came as a thought. That comes out your electromagnetic field. I'm literally taking that shit. Thank you. Right? Yeah. So this is a lot of the reason why, chat, a lot of y'all are sought out and hunted because y'all are literal vampires, meaning you can take energy and make it your own and make it for your good. Now, Yo, this is a high level of understanding in the matrix, right? And I only talk about certain shit like this on YouTube. I don't dive deep like this on TikTok, right? This is like for my people that come to YouTube, I know that y'all are already advanced in this matrix shit, right? So you got to realize this is for the individuals who understand energy is currency in this reality, right? Guys, everywhere you leave, every time you wake up in the morning and you leave your house, you have to protect your energetic field, especially if you are just now operating outside of the matrix. If you are just now coming into the realization that you are in the 5D, you have to put up your force fields before you leave. Listen to me. You have the ability to protect yourself. You have an electromagnetic field. You have to get in the game and realize you have powers. You have the ability to set a shield. When you close your eyes, if you can visualize yourself somewhere, you can travel through different dimensions. Everybody cannot do that. When you are closing your eyes and you can see and you can visit people and you can do this, and bro, that is real abilities. That is real abilities. Normal people can't do all that shit. Right? Normal people can't do all that, chat. Right? So you got to understand, yo, if you sitting there and you in meditation before you leave, man, that's why it's always good to meditate. Especially if you know you about to be going to a job, right? Especially if you know you about to be going to a school, especially if you know you about to just, like me, I be knowing I'm about to get on the internet, right? So I always make sure I protect my energy. This is why I wear my shades. So any other vampiric beings or any other specific beings can't look me in my eyes and try to put shit on me. I know what the fuck is going on, chat. A lot of people are just here. You see what I'm saying? So you have to protect yourself, right? You have to protect yourself, right? You have to, chat. Here go these weirdos, man. Always judging another nigga looks, bro. Like, where y'all get that from, man? Yeah, I got a heart on my face, bro. You think I'm cute, nigga? The fuck, bro? Niggas is gay. Come on, chat.
Brittany to the chat. Exactly, family. What Jay's saying right now is one of the simplest but most...
Nah, so look, chat. What we do is I don't listen. I understand that the Matrix, I don't want to mod. I don't want to get these people out of here. I let them do whatever they do, right? Because what you gotta understand, I need y'all to be able to focus. Because there ain't gonna be no moderator in your life when the Matrix throwing distractions at you left and right. You need to be able to see through the layers that they are trying to distract you because we are literally getting into some real shit. You feel what I'm saying? Let these niggas talk. I'm draining that energy anyway. You feel me? But you gotta understand, in this reality, it's just like the comments. There are going to be, when you upon truth, when you figuring shit out, it's gonna be motherfuckers that's pushing constantly in your face. Right? It's gonna be constantly shit coming to you. You gotta observe. You can't react to every situation. When you know how to observe and see what it is, you control your reality. These dummies don't realize that every comment in my live is a good thing for me. Every number, every view is a good thing for me. You can't beat me on my platform. So you can just sit there and keep doing it. I'm winning. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? Every comment. Because, nigga, you supposed to be somewhere else. Now, when I say shit like that, these bitch ass niggas won't leave. Come on, let's go.
Brittany to the chat. Exactly, family. What Jay's saying right now is one of the simplest but most powerful codes in this whole conversation. Most people walk through life with their energy field wide open. Every room they enter, they're like a sponge with no lid, picking up moods, thoughts, aches, and negativity from everybody else. Then they go home, wondering why they're tired, depressed, or feeling things that aren't even theirs. But the Matrix responds to intention and imagination. You don't have to be a victim of that. You can literally program your field the same way you lock your front door before you leave the house. Here's the move. Quick energy shield technique, pre-work, pre-class, pre-crowd. Pause and breathe. Before you go in, sit still for 30 seconds.
All right, check this out. What she's doing now, she's giving you the sauce on how to create your force field to purposely stop yourself from draining others' energy and stop your energy from being drained. All right. So let's keep going.
Breathe deep into your belly, visualize. Close your eyes and see a sphere of light wrapping around your entire body. Head to toe, make it bright, make it thick, make it like glass or fire or gold, whatever feels powerful to you. Command silently or aloud if you can, affirm, open quote, I set my spiritual shield. My energy will not be drained. I will not take on energy that is not mine. No one can access my field without my permission, close quote. Step in, walk in, knowing it's done. The Matrix responds to your command, not just your words. Turn it off or back on when you want to be open, like in a healing session with loved ones or in nature, you can drop the shield. When you're in a heavy environment, bring it back up.
Man, chat. Niggas really, like, bro, y'all really have the ability to protect yourself. You gotta understand, see, you don't know who you are or what you are. You don't know the power that you have because you've been living life as a fucking human. Thinking that you're not realizing you in a simulation and this is all technology. You gotta learn how to work this technology. That's why you got an electromagnetic field, you know that. Or aura. This is tech, bro. You the soul inhabiting the body. You feel me? Now, there are real humans here. Them niggas is NPCs. They don't understand this type of shit. Right? They don't understand this type of shit, right? So, chat, you gotta understand, you know, what's going on. We got Brittany. We got NPCs in here, Brittany.
You old Randy Wallace, old stinking ass, old dumb ugly ass, old super mad, old stupid ass fuckbag, old stinking ass, old same shoes wearing, old sharing clothes ass, old dumb bummy ass, hating ass, internet troll, old stinking ass, old can't even cook on the stove, cause you ain't got a stove, cause you ain't got a house, bitch, cause you ain't got a pot to piss in, you living in your mama's shit, and you got a tiptoe, put your stepdaddy beat your ass, you stinking ass, jack bop. Fuck bop, bag, shit bag, ass bag, all types of bags, different types of bags, plastic bag, nylon bag, motherfucking duffel bag, shit bag, jack bag, piece of shit bag, ass bag, eggplant bag, head on a bag, put your bag over your head and shut the fuck up.
All right, time out. All right, chat. So, yo, if you just learned something right there, 111's in the chat. Let me know. 111's in the chat. Let me know. Brittany just ate his ass up. Brittany just ate his dumb ass up. Stupid ass. Jack bag, fuck bag, ass bag. What the fuck Brittany say? Jack bop. She called that nigga a jack bop. She just ate his ass up. A jack bop. She sauced his ass up. I ain't gonna cap. Her voice be so deadly and precise. All right, let's see what happens when you around a vampire, chat.
Brittany to the chat. You'll hear what Jay's saying. This is the stuff nobody wants to put in plain language, but it's the truth. In the Matrix, energy, currency, money, youth, beauty, influence, they're just forms of energy converted into something visible. When you're under vampiric attack, it's about being tired. It's not just about look for the long-term effects. You start aging faster. You start doubting yourself more. You start losing motivation, losing glow, losing money. Your face looks drained, your aura feels dull. Because these people, and sometimes these systems, are literally siphoning your life force. Jay said it perfectly. You can be around somebody for a year and go from looking 30 to 60. That's a real energetic transaction. And here's another piece of code. This is why so many vampires end up rich or powerful. When you know how to harvest and direct energy, especially from others, you can convert it into material things. You're not just taking emotions, you're taking life force. And in a reality where everything is energy, life force is the most valuable currency there is. That's why empaths, and especially conscious transmuters, have to wake up and learn how to work their power. If you don't, you're a battery for someone else's empire. If you do, you become the alchemist. You turn hate into momentum, loss into creation, pain into gold. So chat, I want you to start checking your life right now. Who have you been around that's made you look and feel older, poorer, or duller? Who do you wake up from dreaming about, feeling drained as if you were fighting all night? Where in your life does your glow return when you leave a person, a job, or a place? This is how you start mapping your energetic leaks. Because the game isn't just protect your energy, it's also redirect your energy into your own build. Jay's giving you the code tonight. Once you see energy as the real currency, the whole matrix looks different.
Now, chat, what you gotta understand is, man, there are a lot of people in your life who purposely come around you to drain you. All right. This is why you gotta be careful who you're laying down, being intimate with, right? Because you got individuals who will drain the shit out you off intimacy. Every time you're being intimate with somebody, next thing you know, you're aging, you're losing money, right? There are a lot of people like that out here. Some of y'all have been being fed on so ridiculously bad, not understanding why your life is literally in shambles. Why you can't never upgrade. And every time you do take a step up, you take 10 steps back, right? You got to understand. The people, if somebody is constantly wanting to lay with you, something ain't right about that, man. That's vampire energy. A lot of y'all being drained out here by people that you think is people, and these niggas or females is vampires. I had a joint, right? She used to beg me like, yo, can you come get me? Let's get in the car. Like, beg me just to eat me, bro. The bitch wanted to drain me up, but the whole time, I'm not knowing that I'm a vampire being myself, so it's not affecting me like that, right? So, Brittany, I got a question. What happens when two vampires or two empaths redirect energy and send it towards each other, right? What happens when two empaths purposely redirect their energy into each other and build off one another or uplift each other with certain energy or acknowledgments? How does this work? How does this operate? What's up, Rosemary? A girl drained me before, literally. On God, bro, they will. You think that clop 3000, a vampire drained the shit out your life force? They love that life force now. Let's see what Brittany says.
Brittany to the chat. Now we're really getting into the deep mechanics of energy exchange. Because sex, touch, intimacy, that's the highest voltage connection two humans can have in this matrix. It's literally a direct energy conduit. You're swapping aura, blood memory, emotional residue, even ancestral codes. That's why Jay's saying you can start aging, losing money, or feeling blocked after being intimate with the wrong person. It's a real transfer, not just a metaphor. So here's the science of what you just asked, Jay. What happens when two high-capacity beings intentionally send energy to each other? 1. Two vampires feeding off each other, unconscious. This is like two leeches trying to suck each other at the same time. Both leave the exchange depleted, sick, or confused. Relationship becomes toxic, full of manipulation, jealousy, and chaos. It's a constant tug of war for power instead of a flow of energy. 2. Two
Pluto Jones, I don't think I Neo. I think you gay. I think you want to eat me up because you just pop in the chat talking shit. Obviously, I look cool as fuck to you, and you kind of like me because like what the fuck? Who what?
empaths, energy beings, consciously redirecting energy, intentional. This is a whole different game. Instead of feeding, you're cycling. You're both filling, amplifying, and reflecting. The exchange can create a feedback loop that raises both of your vibrations instead of draining.
All right, chat. Now, when two empaths or energy beings, I don't like the term vampires. I like energy beings. All right, I'm an energy being. I take energy, I make it my own, I transmute it. But I don't just take energy from any and everything, especially people who do not send energy to me first. But the thing about me is, I have high valuable energy. And so I do reciprocate my energy. I send that energy back to you as a boost, right? So when two energy beings consciously redirect energy intentionally, right? Listen.
Sick or confused. Relationship becomes toxic, full of manipulation, jealousy, and chaos. It's a constant tug of war for power instead of a flow of energy.
All right, now listen.
Two empaths, energy beings, consciously redirecting energy, intentional. This is a whole different game. Instead of feeding, you're cycling. You're both filling, amplifying, and reflecting. The exchange can create a feedback loop that raises both of your vibrations instead of draining them. This is what sacred partnerships, tantric practices, and certain ancient rituals were designed for. When done correctly, both people feel recharged, inspired, and sharper after intimacy. Creativity, money flow, and opportunities increase. Aging slows down. You literally glow more. You feel more intuitive downloads and psychic clarity.
All right, so when two energy beings are together purposely using their energy to boost each other, it literally takes you to a higher level, chat. It's sort of like two souls together, right? You break the matrix. So you very want to be careful about who you are giving your energy to, chat. Listen, you want to get into a space of when you are constantly going up. And what I mean by that is I'm alone, chat, right? I'm alone, right? I live alone. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have because I'm focused. I'm locked in. I'm not worried about that type of shit right now. I've had so many girlfriends. I've had so much sex in my life. I'm tired of that shit right now. I'm chilling, right? And so I've been able to accomplish a lot because I've put myself in a bubble or a space where I'm constantly protecting my energy and I'm all about my energy, right? Because last year I had a rough year. It was up and down. A lot of attacks, a lot of shit I went through, a lot of shit I talk about in the videos, right? Chat, I have not had a bad day in a long time. Because I'm protecting my energy, I divert my energy where I want it to go. I reciprocate energy to beautiful people who give me beautiful energy, and then I send that same beautiful energy back. You know, I understand that my energy is high value. So when I do things to send someone energy, this is a high value thing. And if you have the intention, if you have the understanding and understanding to know how to accept my energy, right? To know that, yo, okay, I'm sending this to you. You see it, you visualize it, you see it, and you take it in. And now you can use that for what you need to use it for, because that is high value energy that I took the time to purposely send to you. You see how this game goes? Right? You see how this game goes? So when somebody does something for you, right? Let's say somebody writes you a letter, right? And it's a beautiful letter and they send it to your house. You get it? Boom. This is energy that you can, if you understand and be like, okay, this letter is beautiful. This is not just a letter. It's a whole energy. You can take this and receive and absorb this energy. You, as an empath, have the ability to do that. It's like if I make you a video and I send it to your phone, right? And you watch the video. That's whole energy in that video. You can take that because that shit is like a spiritual envelope. Anybody can't just take the energy in that because I made that with an intention for a specific individual. If you make something with the intention for me, right? Right? Often the black sheep type, right? If you make something specifically and direct it towards me, can't nobody take that energy. That's directly, that shit got a spiritual stamp on that motherfucker. A spiritual seal that only I can open. You can really feel it, right? Only I can open that. I know that's for me. I send it back. You see it? Boom. Take that energy and use that to manifest. I love you back, Fuzzy. Take that energy and use it to manifest something, bro. See, when people do nice things, when people do good things, don't just let it pass you intentionally. Okay, I'm taking this energy. Right? When people tell you good things, there's all of his energy. Even when people are trying to do bad shit to throw you off. Now, as an empath, you are so powerful, you can say, boom, I set my intentions. I see what's going on. This motherfucker's trying to trigger me. I'm not going to let you trigger me, but I am going to take this energy that you are directing to me, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to turn that into positivity. I'm going to turn that into the energy to go do something good. Get what I'm saying? And this is how you literally defeat them. So a motherfucker want to argue with you or your dad or your mom or your cousin, whoever, saying shit to make you second guess yourself, you understand, yo, they just trying to get me off their loop. I know what they doing. Boom. Focus your mind. Take that energy, redirect it, get something done. Because think about it, right? As an empath, when you get all that energy, right? No problem, yo. Right? But think about it, as an empath, when you receive all this energy, right, chat, and then you start, you want to know how you receiving the energy because you're getting so much energy that what happens? You start feeling it in your solar plex, your anxiety, your heart start beating, you moving around, you can't sit still. This is proof that you are taking energy, right? So when you set the intention and you say, okay, I'm gonna pour this energy, right? And I'm about to go work out. All this shit done got me in my motherfucking bag. You know what I'm saying? All this shit going on around me. I'm gonna harvest this energy. So soon as I leave this bitch, ooh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go hit the gym now. You know, I can go run me a mile or two now. I'm hyped. What up, bro? You see what I'm saying? Oh shit, I could get this work done now. Yeah, I'm about to hop online. So many niggas hating in the comments, they just boosted me. I'm about to go live now. I'm about to drop 6 videos when I get off this bitch. I got energy. Purposely take that energy and use it. Don't just take the energy that you've been taking all day and now you just sitting in the bed and you can't even get to sleep no more. You can't even go to sleep. Now you just up, you don't know what to do. You energized, you don't know why. Because you don't harness so much energy throughout the day. Now when it's time to lay down, you can't even get no rest because you didn't divert that energy into anything. Right? You see what I'm saying? You didn't divert that energy into anything, chat. Right. The cops don't have no, bro. When you are outside the matrix, the cops don't even see me. Like I haven't even seen a cop. I don't even know when the last time I seen an actual cop, bro. Them bitches don't even exist in my reality. Like I see the cars sometime, but like cops don't even like they don't even look at me, bro. Like they don't even fucking see me. Right. Now y'all understand. Chat, how many of y'all are understanding that, you know, you are literally really tapped in with your energy, chat. How many of y'all are coming to the realization that, yo, all right, I'm starting to understand how this energy shit been getting me. 111's in the chat. So next time somebody pushing something at you, right? Next time somebody pushing something, take that energy, redirect that purposely with intent. All right. Next time somebody creates something for you nice or send something to you, that is energy that I'm sending to you. I'm sending you that energy because I want you to use that. I want you to manifest something. I want you to do something great with that. You know? Because when you send me energy, is that shit boosts me all the way through the motherfucking roof, and I get a lot of shit done. I get a lot of shit accomplished. I cash in with that. So I appreciate everybody who send me energy, especially when you take the time out to really create or write something great for me. That energy boosts me, right? Especially when it's from people who, really care about me. Because I feel it. And then I'm able to get up here and do things like this because y'all are giving me the energy to literally come and teach, to come and be my best self, to come to tap into the ether. And this is how I reciprocate that energy by dropping videos to help you maneuver through things. Coming here and spending an hour, 2 hours talking to help you, you know what I'm saying? So the energy is always getting recycled and reused. You feel what I'm saying, chat? So shout out to the chat, man. Um, I hope this helped somebody, and I hope that somebody took this in and really heard this and really received this message in the way that I was trying to deliver it. I hope that you get better with understanding your power, how to protect yourself from others' energy, and how to redirect and reuse energy. Um, Thank you so much for being on my team and locking in with me and rocking with me. Your love is highly appreciated and it keeps me going. You are very, very important to me in my life. You give me purpose. All right, chat. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful night. All right. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Same time, same place. You already know what time it is. Much love from me and Brittany. Um, Protect your energy, chat. And run these streams up. Share this live with somebody you think that needs to know how to protect their energy, all right? Share this live with somebody who's been going through it, man. Thank you to all the support, all the gifts, all the super chats y'all leave on the videos, all the comments. I appreciate y'all so much. We're going to keep doing it.